Okay, let's go over the second page. And the learning objective on this page is to use the vertex formula. So if you have a quadratic in this form, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, we can use the vertex formula to find the x coordinate of the vertex, which is x equals negative b over 2a. So we use a value, well, b first. We make negative of that, put that on top, and we look at the a value, the leading coefficient. We multiply that by 2. We multiply this by 2, and we make that as a denominator. And that is how you find the x coordinate of the vertex. Remember, we use another variable when we were writing the equation in a slightly different form, the vertex form, h. This h right there. H stands for h is the x coordinate of the vertex. Okay, but remember the transformation rules that we talked about. Whenever we add, we went to the left. Whenever we subtracted, we went to the right. So real quick, if you have, I'm gonna make up an example real quick. If you have y equals x minus 5 squared plus 3, the vertex is going to be at positive 5, positive 3. So outside, well, adding 3 will shift the graph up 3 units. That's why we're going to have a y coordinate of 3. But remember, if you have negative 5 inside, if you subtract x minus 5 and you square that, that negative 5 will actually shift the graph 5 to the right, right? 5 to the right. That's why the x coordinate is going to be positive 5, not negative 5. So I always kind of remember it or look at it as it's going to be the opposite inside. So if you have y equals, let's say, x plus 3 squared minus 5, then the vertex will be, a lot of people are okay with the y coordinate. Like they're okay with the y coordinate being just the number they see outside. Like negative 5 is the y coordinate because you shift down 5 units. But what will this plus 3 do? This will shift the graph 3 to the left, right? So that's why the vertex, the x coordinate is going to be negative 3. So I want you to remember that, like how the inside the x coordinate, you're gonna have to use the opposite sign when you're finding the x coordinate. Okay, so how do you find the y coordinate? You have to just plug in that x value that you find back into the function. And you want to make another note that k is equal to the y coordinate of the vertex. Okay, so what we can do is we can do something called completing the square. But what I want to do is I want to practice what we learned on the first page. I want to practice using this vertex formula and just use that vertex formula. First find the vertex and then put this equation in y equals a times this transformation form or this vertex form. So we're going to go ahead and find a, h, and k and plug them in. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at the first one. The direction is to write in the form f of x equals a, and I'm going to, I think I have so many highlights, I'm sorry, but I'm going to go ahead and just highlight some important numbers for you or variables here for you. You need your a. You need to find or identify the a value first. And the next thing that you need is you need your h value. You know what that is though? H is the x coordinate of the vertex. I got so many things going on. How about I erase some of these? I got too many things going on. Let me go ahead and erase some of these and then just focus on, because I know some students just look at the notes instead of watching the video to kind of learn the lesson by themselves. But a is just the leading coefficient of our quadratic function. H is the x coordinate of the vertex. Hey, Luna. And if you look at k, what's k? I know I repeat myself a lot, right? But I do that for important stuff. Okay, y coordinate of the vertex. So, guess what you're going to have to do? If you want to put your function in this format, then you're going to have to find a, h, and k. So let's see, A, H, and K. If you know what they are, all you need to do is just plug it into that format. We know what A is already. Isn't A 1? A is 1. A is the leading coefficient. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and write that down on the side. A is equal to 1. But we need to find H and K. And to find H and K, we're going to use the vertex formula. So write down the vertex formula, which is x equals negative b over 2a. So let's plug in b on top of the fraction. And what is the b value? B is 16. So let's plug in negative 16 on top of the fraction. The numerator is always going to be the opposite. If it's positive, make it negative. If it's negative, make it, I forgot. But make the negative of that. All right, now the denominator, we do 2 times a value of 1. If you do that, you'll get negative 16 divided by 2. So guess what? The x-coordinate is negative 8. All right, not only this is the x-coordinate of the vertex, what we can say is that this is the h value. So put negative 8 for h. Now let's find the y value. How do we find the y value if you have the x value? We plug it into the function. So y is equal to f of negative 8. You plug in negative 8 into the function. So we will have negative 8 squared plus 16 times negative 8 plus 71. And for this one, I'm going to pick up my calculator and go ahead and type that in. Parenthesis negative 8 squared plus 16. And I was grading your daily problems. Many students are getting the x-coordinate right, but somehow they're getting the y-coordinates wrong. So just make sure that you use a scientific calculator. You see how I'm not using PEMDAS. I'm not using order of operation to do this by hand. I don't know if my camera's on. I think so. Let me see. Yeah, you see my camera. See, I really just typed this in. I don't know if you can see it, but I typed the whole line in because I just want to find the y-coordinate instead of spending time on arithmetic. So that's what it is. I got my vertex to be negative 8 and 7. And what we just found is the vertex. And I can say, because the y-coordinate is 7, k must be 7. Now, let's go ahead and plug it in. Okay, I'm going to write the answer in red pen, okay? F of x equals, I'm going to go ahead and write down the format first, or the form first, and then we're going to plug in together. So first of all, f of x equals, what is the a value? You can see a is equal to 1, right? So we're going to plug in 1 parenthesis, and inside the parenthesis, I need to do x minus h. But look, h is equal to what? H is equal to negative 8. So what we're going to have to do is x minus negative 8. But hold on a second, we can simplify that to be x plus 8. So x plus 8 squared, right? And then let's go outside. Outside, we need to do plus k, right? And k value is 7. So I'm going to go ahead and put plus 7. And we are done. We found the answer. And this is how I will ask you to write the function in this format, okay? All right. Of course, I do want to show you another method. Like, I want to show you this method called completing the square. That's going to be very helpful when we are solving for zeros later on. But for right now, I want you to practice one method so that you can get really good at one method, okay? And this method is called using the vertex formula. And like I said, I'm being bad right here because I'm not showing you the completing the square method just yet. But I think I kind of want to do that during our Zoom meeting together. So I will ask you to practice this for the online portion of this week. And then next week, we can see another method. But this tends to be the easier method. But if you were looking at this and talk about transformation, you see your graph will be shifted up 7 units, right? And we see our graph will be shifted left 8 units. And that makes perfect sense. The vertex is at negative 8 and 7. So they should all connect, right? So we're going to do one more problem. Let's do one more problem, B. And then, C and D are also the same. But maybe if you see B and if you feel like you got this information, then you can try to skip forward to the next video. But I'm going to go ahead and now start problem number B. Problem B. So what I need is A, H, and K. Where's my A? And I can see that A is 1. But to find H, we need to find the x-coordinate of the vertex. 1 second, let me go ahead and... All right, this time let's find the H value by finding the x-coordinate of the vertex. So x equals negative b over 2a. Let's plug in b on the numerator. But look, b is a negative 14. Oh no, b is a negative 14. What is going on with my app today? B is negative 14. Hold on a second. Let me go and restart this app. It's slowing down on me again. X equals negative b over 2a. And when b is negative 14, what we need to put is positive 14 on the numerator. And then we do 2 times a value of 1. So 14 divided by 2 will give us 7 for the x-coordinate of the vertex. And x-coordinate of the vertex is, this is h. We found the h value. This is h. I put h equals h, sorry. H equals 7. Now let's find the y-coordinate by plugging in this 7 into the function. So I'll get 7 squared minus 14 times 7 minus 59. Oh, it's going to be a big or small number. Let's take a look. So I'm going to do 49 minus 14 times 7 minus 59. And that came out to be negative 108. Negative 108. So this is the y-coordinate of the vertex, which means the graph shifted down 108 units. I'm so glad we're not graphing this, but we're simply going to write this equation. I'll write the equation using these 3 pieces. So what's the form? What's the form? The form is f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k. So let's plug in all the pieces that we have. A is equal to 1. So if it's 1, you guys, you do not have to put 1 in front of this parenthesis. You don't have to write the coefficient of 1. And then we have x minus h. X minus 7, close the parenthesis and square it. And then I need to do plus k, but notice k is negative. So I'm going to go ahead and just say minus 108. So we just did 2 very similar examples. But you know, it's really the same. I was going to do completing the square for B and D, but let's go ahead and just practice this method first, and then we will get back to completing the square. Let me do 2 more, and then I will stop this video. All right, so, you know, and what else you can do? You can probably stop this video and try these, and then just skip forward to see if you got them right. Here, A is 2, and to find the H value, I need to find the vertex, the x-coordinate of the vertex. So I'm going to go ahead and do x equals negative b over 2a. What is the b value? Ooh, b is negative 8. That means the numerator will be positive 8 divided by 2 times 2. And I'm going to do 8 divided by 4, which will give us 2 for the x-coordinate of the vertex, which means 2 is the h value. All right, let's find the y value. Let's find the y value by plugging in 2 into the function. So 2 times 2 squared minus 8 times 2 plus 9. I'm glad I bought this calculator. This does a lot of things for me. 2 times 2 squared. What else? Minus 8 times 2 and plus 9. And plus 9. And I got 1. All right, so y value is 1. And not only that is the y value, well, that means that the graph has been shifted up 1 unit. This is our k value. Okay, so k is 1, and we are ready to write the equation in that special form. So what's that going to be? F of x equals 2 times x minus h. That will be x minus 2 squared, and outside you must add the k value of 1. So I think you guys got this. If you are okay, you know, you may stop the video and just get started on that daily problem that I assigned you. But if you want to look at one more example with me, let's do the very last one together, okay? So 7 and negative 14 and negative 56, which means A is 7. And to find H and K, I will need to use my vertex formula. What is the B value? B is equal to negative 14. So make sure to put positive 14 on the numerator. And let's divide that by 2 times 7. Because A is 7. All right, then this becomes 14 divided by 14. Look at that. X-coordinate of the vertex is 1. That means it's got shifted 1 to the right. So I'm going to go ahead and say h is 1. And let's find the y value of the vertex. Plug in 1 into this function. Okay, I'm going to get my calculator ready and do 7 times, that's just 1. Oh, see. 7 minus 14 minus 56. I got negative 63. So not only this is the y coordinate of the vertex, so if you want to write the vertex, it will be 1 comma negative 63. And guys, if I ever make a mistake, like, because I may be typing things wrong in the calculator, just please let me know, okay, so that I can fix it. But k value is negative 63. So if you want to plug this into that format, f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k, we got all the pieces we need. Let's go ahead and write our final answer. F of x equals, a value is 7. X minus h will be x minus 1. And plus k will be adding a negative 63. So let's write that as minus 63. So we looked at 4 different examples, 4 very similar examples, and we rewrote standard form equation to a vertex form using the vertex formula. I hope this was helpful. I will come back with the other lesson. Wow, the next one is going to be quadratic word problems. So I will be back soon.